Oh, hey, who's excited for Thirsty Thursday? That's what we used to call it back in the day, back in the glorious drinking days. Um, that was a day you'd tie it on a little more than others, every day, doesn't matter. If you rolled how I rolled back in the day, it was a drinking day. But if it's Thursday, you're extra thirsty. And maybe you start at noon or earlier, passed out by, quitting time, wake up, get back on the hair of the dog that bit you. But I'm here to tell about it. Got through those glorious days. But it wasn't always bad. It wasn't always depressing and sad, there at the end, if you've drank or drugged excessively and you're lived to tell about it, if you're sober and getting your life back on track, then you'd have to admit that early on, you probably started doing it because it was fun, back in high school. This is what'd you do? You went out, you had a beer, you smoked a joint, it was just what kids did. I was talking with somebody the other day. She said that not everybody that smokes, because we're talking about marijuana. It's a topic, for another day, whether it should be illegal or not. Not trying to get into all that. But she claimed that not everybody that smokes is going to end up, drinking, going down that path, popping pills, smoking, whatever you do, shooting up heroin, crack, meth. That's advanced, People don't generally jump to that, My theory was that I'm not a believer in legalization of marijuana just because, although I had to agree with her that not everybody is going to end up by, going down the addict path, that, the right circumstances, my personal opinion is that regardless of, predisposition, genetics, it's just like, you don't want to mess with fire, because eventually you're going to get burned. It's not a respecter of persons addiction. So that's my little opening spiel. I don't know where that came from. I pulled that out of the universe. I got on the jumbo jet to random town. Coming at you on a Thursday. Like I said, what's today? The January 24th, 2019. We're knocking on Friday's door, Got it almost there, what's about 3:38 in the afternoon. You're almost to punch out, keep pushing along. You got to slam a Diet Coke or, maybe something a little more potent. Those Bang energy drinks have been my the final frontier, It's the final vice. Got on caffeine a couple of times. That's a beast, They gotcha. There's something in those cans that is who knows what we're gonna find out in a couple years. I gotta love my family, they're always pushing me to give it up. I'm just not quite there yet. It's all about timing, that's life. In hindsight, if you've ever, got over something, it's all about, not that you can't make it, whatever it is, your time. But you got to pull off the layers of the onion, as Shrek would say. Ogres are like onions; they have layers. That's my best Scottish accent. Got to work on that. Those UK British accents are kind of tricky. The Scotland one that's a little bit more tricky, but that sounded a little Irish. Question. I just wanted to throw it out there. I'd like some feedback, Put a comment below. I would appreciate it. What are you looking for when you come to YouTube? When you get online and you're perusing, What is it that you're trying to, eat on for the day? I was thinking about why I started this channel. Well, a couple reasons. I enjoy current events, politics, you know, by societal standards, you know, like controversial issues, you know, because I'm a conservative, and you know, and that's, you know, definitely the counterculture nowadays. If you see what's going on, you know, in the news, on social media. So I wanted to add my voice to truth, you know, as I interpret, you know, as I understand it, you know. I'm no expert by any means. I try to stay informed, as I've said previously. But I just wanted to, you know, to do my part, you know, give back what I have received from, you know, some amazing YouTube outlets. And if you go to the my about portion in the my YouTube page, I've listed a couple of pages there. There's, I don't know, about a dozen. And it's always an evolving, growing list that I'm forever grateful to. I mean, if you're one of those people that I listed on there, and you've by chance stumbled across these, I want to thank you. You know who you are, because I'm always liking your stuff. But I also, you know, I'm thinking about content. You know, it seems like I intended to start out focusing purely on politics and current events and things that I'm passionate about and believe are truthful and beneficial for you, me, you know, anybody who cares about your family, your livelihood, the well-being of our nation and our future, you know, and your kids' kids. It's all connected, you know, and apathy is the killer of that. You know, I'd like to keep people informed, you know, even if you don't want to, you know, just get over here and learn, you know. You need to learn the truth. But then, you know, as if you've seen any of my daily videos over the last week, because I'm still pretty fresh, still pretty green and all this, and I've found that I like to motivate, you know. I like to get people pumped up, mainly because I need that myself, you know. And so this has become a cathartic, I would call it like a video journal for myself, you know. You know, I'm trying to reach people out there that are trying to better themselves and looking for truth, but at the same time, I feel like I'm kind of talking to myself. Having said all that, I just ask, what are you looking for? You know, what is it that when you come to YouTube or you're looking for knowledge or inspiration, what is it specifically that would benefit yourself and everybody? Let me know, please. Chime in below. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Give me some feedback. I love it, but keep it civil. And if you're a first-time subscriber, welcome. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And there's also, I think it's over here. I was pointing over here yesterday. I think it's over here. There's a notification button if you're subscribed, that once I post, you know, if you got a YouTube channel and you're checking in frequently, then you'll be, oh, a good guy. He's got some. He's rambling today. He's throwing out a little buffet, you know. You know, I was thinking about how we eat. You know, you know, like the person who goes to Thanksgiving and they, you know, they got their turkey and they've got their mashed potatoes, they've got their cranberry sauce, they've got their, you know, maybe some healthy green beans, you know. Nobody got time for that because it's Thanksgiving and you're splurging on that day, glorious day. But how do you consume your food? I think is kind of we can relate it to how we consume, you know, other things. You know, do you eat each thing one at a time, or are you like, when you got your burger, are you like taking a bite of a fry, you know? How do you like what you consume, you know? Or is it all kind of going together? Or do you like, you know, are you focused? Are you all over the place like I am? Like, you know, you're doing a lot but not getting anything done? We used to call those tweakers, you know? It's like the person that's got a lot of, well, that's what tweakers do from back in the using days, you know? That's like, you're all over the place, but you got anything done, you know? You got a bunch of unfinished projects. Let me know. Let me know how you like your food. How do you like your information? How do you like what you consume? You know, you like it bite by bite, consume together, or just, you know, give me this. Okay, all right. Take it in. All right. Now let's go to the turkey. Let's see, what else? You know, I had a couple of news bits. I'll go ahead and get those tomorrow. That went on a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but it was good. I just wanted to get some feedback. Please hit me up. Let me know what you think. I was thinking about an interaction, to wrap it up, I had with the gentleman at the gym. He was wearing a t-shirt that said, life has never given me lemons. And, you know, a lot of people, you know, they just want to go to the gym, you know, they want to, you know, they got their buds on, you know, it's, you don't want to interrupt them. But, you know, maybe that's just my perception, you know. I mean, when I'm working out, you know, the gym can be a social thing as well, you know. I don't mind, you know, somebody, you know. I wear my Bush Reagan t-shirt, you know. I get people hit me up, you know, all the time. I haven't had any negative feedback. People are like, oh, yeah, go Reagan, you know. My assumption is that people really deep down, you know, if they're wearing something like that, you know, they're trying to elicit a response, you know. They want feedback, you know. So I'm like, you know, give this guy some props, you know, and we, you know, I had a good conversation. He was a big guy, you know. He was getting back in the gym, just trying to, you know, get healthy. And I was able to share my journey, you know, from being a big boy, you know, large and in charge, as wide as I was tall, and to share some, you know, some pointers, what was work for me, and that's kind of how the approach I've really tried to been taking recently, you know, being in the moment, helping others, sharing knowledge that, you know, we can all benefit from. And it also made me reflect kind of where we are as a society in 2019. Social media has its benefits. Without YouTube, I couldn't become coming to you rambling about everything under the sun. But it's also, I personally believe that it's disconnected us. You know, it's like forced a wedge. You know, but I'm, you know, I'm old school. You know, I talk to people and I'm like, you know what, I'd like to go back to the pager and the payphone days. You know, where you had to go, you know, like, oh, I got to find a payphone. You're like, hey, somebody page me? Those are the best days, you know. It was kind of like Christmas, you know. You didn't know who was hitting you up, and you know. And then you had to go across the street, you know, ask your friends to come out and play, and you know, people didn't have like 6 ways from Sunday to get at you, you know. Email, Messenger, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know. They've all got their benefits. Point being, you know, I like to get back to old-fashioned like interaction, you know, making eye contact with people, you know, smiling at people. You know, just people are kind of, it's sad, you know, people are, you know, we're out and about, but you know, we're just getting further and further away. That's it's sad. It's sad. So having said that, I'd like to encourage you. Do something that scares you today, and that could just very well be smiling at somebody, bringing it in here, you know, making some eye contact. You know, 9 times out of 10, you know, people are going to respond. People are going to light up, you know, because I think everybody's just kind of afraid that, you know, that they might not be reciprocated, you know, and That's a fear, I mean, it's possible, I haven't been told to, F off yet, from smiling at anybody, but, generally people, they perk up, It's been my experience. Let me know what you think. Like I said, good to have you today. Oh man, we're rambling here. Coming up on 15 minutes. The good guy here, signing out on a Thursday. Hope y'all are doing well. Go get the rest of your week. Get to that weekend. Get some R&R. Get some family time. Get some you time. And we'll catch up with you on the next video. Peace.